Today we are going to check out a new townhome community that is selling in the city of Murrieta. So we're driving over there right now. We just passed the Target. We're crossing the 215 freeway, so we're headed out towards East Murrieta. Great freeway access here. We're also coming up on the Costco, the new Costco that's on the left. I guess it's a couple years old now. And you've got Vista Murrieta High School on the right, which I'm told is going to be the zoned school. And we're going to check them out. I was happy to hear with this community, by the way, that it is zoned for the high school that's right across the street from it, because just adjacent to it and also across the street from Vista Murrieta High School is Skyview Ridge, a community that I moved to when I first moved to Murrieta. And your address is Murrieta over there, but you're zoned for Menifee schools. You used to not even be zoned for the high school that's right across the street. There's been some rezoning of schools, so I don't know what the latest is, but they were rezoning for Murrieta schools, so I'm assuming that that community is still not zoned for the high school that is right across the street. This high school, by the way, is super popular. It's newer, and sports. Sports are a big deal at Vista Murrieta High School, and a lot of kids are trying to go to this high school where sports is particularly important. About this intersection since we're sitting here right now. This is the entrance to the community. We're on the corner of Whitewood and Clinton Keith. When I first moved to Murrieta, in this community across the street here in Skyview Ridge, actually behind these condos was the first home that I ever purchased, which was another single family home section of Skyview Ridge. First home I ever purchased in Murrieta and in my life. This road, Clinton Keith, did not even exist. It just totally ended here, and this was just country, no man's land out here. So it's been really cool to see the grand Murrieta plan actually happen, because even when this road was not here, the Costco was not here, the Home Depot was not here. They had this huge 6-lane road, and they had this big multi-million-dollar freeway project where they put in the clover leaves. It was like kind of surprising, like, gosh, there's nothing here. Why are they spending, tens of millions on this exit here at Clinton Keith? Well, because it was part of the master plan, which was for Clinton Keith to go all the way out, and it now connects with Winchester. You can get out to French Valley, you can get out to East Murrieta and Spencer's Crossing, and more importantly, those people can get out to the freeway. So no longer is it taking, easily 20 minutes to get from the freeway out to East Murrieta and Winchester. Now you can just hop on Clinton Keith, and it's super quick. So just down Whitewood, down the road from the new community is, we have several sports parks in Murrieta. This one is the Los Alamos Sports Park, and it's the biggest, and this is definitely where most of the games are at. If you've got soccer, if you've got football, mostly football and flag football, baseball games, Murrieta Little League plays here. All sorts of sports, tons of courts. This is where you're going to be playing. All the information I know about this community. This is brand new. They just started pre-selling, and they are going to be opening to the public very soon, I'm told, on September 20th. We'll see if we can get this video out before then or not. Pricing information, starting with the plan 1, the 2-bedroom that I'm standing in. Also, by the way, all the plans, including the 2-bedroom, all come with the attached 2-car garage. That's another thing in our area. A lot of 2-bedroom condos, they'll only give you a 1-car garage. All the plans here come with a 2-car garage, and there's a lot of guest parking as well. So plan 1 is starting at $543,000. These prices, by the way, are subject to change. These are just the current prices I'm getting today. So this is just to give you a rough idea. Depending on when you're watching this video, pricing is always subject to change. And the same goes for some promotions, which we'll talk about next. Plan 2 is starting at around $570,000, which is the 3-bedroom floor plan, and plan 3 is starting at about $629,000, and that is the 4-bedroom floor plan. So the plan 1, which is the 2-bedroom that we're in, has a nice attached balcony. We'll show you some footage of that. And then the 3 and the 4-bedroom floor plans have the downstairs patio. So we'll take a look at those. Solar. Let's talk about solar. It's required on all new construction homes, including condos and townhomes in the state of California. If you want to purchase it, it's $12,000, or you could lease it, and they don't have the lease price yet, the monthly lease price, but it's normally very affordable. I would guess like around $100 a month. But even just to purchase it for $12,000, that's a really low price for what I'm seeing for solar, because it's not including the batteries, which really bumps the price up a lot. And sometimes, especially when they're just opening a community, you might be able to get a builder concession to cover the purchase of your solar. It doesn't hurt to try, just a little tip there. So let's just get straight into the promotions. So as of right now, and this could always change, that's my disclaimer, they are offering 5% of the purchase price of builder credit when you use the builder lender. It is tied to using the builder lender. So you can use that for closing costs, you can use that for rate down. A lot of times you're going to have a little bit extra after the closing costs to buy down the rate. So that's a nice closing cost credit that we're seeing, 5%. That's above average, I would say. I also notice in their brochure that they do a hometown hero credit. So depending on what your line of work is, they said they're pretty generous. Sometimes first responders, it'll be just like military or police, but theirs is quite broad here. So they're saying doctors, nurses, teachers, a lot of your first responders, community workers are going to qualify for it. It's $3,000 credit. You want to make sure that you take advantage of that if you fall into the first responder category. Taxes and HOA. So the HOA is a little bit of a tough pill to swallow. I'm always going to shoot you straight. But it's $640 a month, and that is because I'm told about $300 of it is fire insurance. So when you're purchasing townhomes, the HOA is often paying to insure the exterior of the building. That's why your homeowner's insurance is so much less than a single-family home when you're purchasing a townhome, because you're only insuring the walls in. So the HOA is also taking care of the fire insurance. So $640 a month for that. The tax rate is 1.6% approximately, and that's a good rate for a new construction home in our area. Oftentimes it's around 2% for new construction. So 1.6% is good as far as that goes. And they are going to have 153 total units here once they're complete. They expect to sell about 22. They're going to release and sell about 22 this year. So by the end of 2025. Really nice amenities. I've been looking at the map here. So in the center of the community, you are going to have a pool, a clubhouse, there's going to be a park, multiple playgrounds, cornhole, I'm told, and a dog park. So for the HOA, you are going to get really nice amenities, and especially for the Murrieta summers, you're going to want the pool. Actually, this model that I'm in right now has a really beautiful view of the mountains over here. And I'm told there's a construction fence right across the street here, that right on the other side of the fence. I don't know if you're able to see out this window very well or not, but that's where the amenities are going to be, the clubhouse and the pool. So that's going to be a beautiful view. And we have a little bit of a hazy day today, but you can see there's very tall mountains back there. And after we get a little bit of rain, especially in the spring and even into early summer, those mountains get snow-capped, and it's really beautiful on this side of Murrieta. Chef's kiss. We are here at Rustic Meadows. The builder is Century Communities, and we are going to do a model home tour. There's 3 models here, 3 different floor plans. So every floor plan is modeled, which is awesome because that's not the case for a lot of communities. We're starting in the smallest of the 3 floor plans. This is the 2-bedroom. There's also a 3-bedroom, and there's a 4-bedroom. So they keep it really simple. So the plan 1 is the smallest, and it's the 2-bedroom. I pretty much knew that I was going to love this floor plan because a lot of the 2-bedroom condos in our area are they run above the garage. They're all on one level and they have this loft feel where the windows are big and they're light and bright. And I knew that this one was going to be like that, and it is. I was not disappointed. When you come in the front door, you walk directly up the stairs. Your garage entrance also, by the way, goes into the bottom of the stairwell, so you have good security. You could pull into your garage, you can close it, and then you're right in your stairwell of your condo. So really nice open floor plan. This model, I'm told by the sales rep, has a lot of the included features. So quartz countertops, single basin sink. This is an all electric community, by the way, so that's an important thing to note. You're going to have an electric stove, you have your stainless steel appliances, the chrome poles, the white shaker cabinets. Really, really nice open floor plan. Immediately when you walk up the stairs, you have this nice dining area, and I love how they did the circular table. I would do that as well. A lot of LED recessed lights throughout the home that you're not getting charged extra for like you do a lot of builders. And you get the luxury vinyl plank flooring in the living areas and the hallways and the bathrooms, and then you have some carpet in the bedrooms. So I'm gonna let you guys take a tour of this one, and then we'll go on to the next. Check out the plan 3, which is the 4-bedroom home. There's 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. It's a little bit under 2,000 square feet with the attached 2-car garage. And this particular model just happens to be right across the street from Vista Murrieta High School, which is the zoned high school for this community. So Murrieta schools. The middle school is Dorothy McElhinney. I always butcher the name of that school. And we have Antelope Hills for the elementary school. These are all very highly rated Murrieta schools, so it's awesome to be in the Murrieta School District always. Lots of shopping close by here too, by the way. You've got the new Costco, tons of especially fast food restaurants, your Chick-fil-A, that sort of thing, Blaze Pizza, Home Depot, you have a Super Target, and you have access to the 215 freeway is a very short drive from here. So this is a good location if you want to be convenient to shops and restaurants. There's like 3 Starbucks over there. I'm not even joking. You've got 2 drive-through Starbucks and you have the one in Target. check out the Plan 2, which is the 3-bedroom townhome, and it's a little over 1,600 square feet. It's got a patio right around the corner from here. And I also wanted to talk to you a little bit about what's included and what's not included in the models. So all of the recessed lighting, LED recessed lighting that you see is going to be included, but what's not included is these hang down fixtures. So those you get to select on your own. Also, what's not included is what I call like a decorator item. So, you know, the window coverings are not included, your drapes, and then your wall treatment as well. A lot of times people see this, you know, the beautiful paneling or the shiplap, and they want to be able to select that. But in all new construction communities in our area, that's just a decorator item. It's just an idea of something that you could do on your own after you move in. If you're considering purchasing a new construction home, make sure you take your knowledgeable and experienced agent with you the very first time you visit a new construction community. If you do not, oftentimes the builders will not later allow you, or they'll not compensate your independent representation. So I want to let you know about that. Hope you love this community. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. Bye.